I'm here to tell you you're not too old to start. I don't care if you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 70s, your 90s. If you want to start something, you get out there and start it. If you're sitting there telling yourself you're too old to start woodworking, you're too old to learn something new, you're too old to start exercising, you're too old to start a YouTube channel, whatever that is, that's an excuse. You're lying to yourself, and I think you can do it. Let me tell you why. Don't let your mind sit there and tell you that you're wrong or that you can't do it, because you can. The number that your age is doesn't matter. Your motivation, your want to, is what matters. You don't have to have thousands of dollars to get out there and start making things out of wood. You don't have to have all those expensive tools. A few basic tools is all you need to get started. So I have a video on getting started woodworking with some basic tools I'll put in the description below to help you out. I have been absolutely amazed at the stories that I'm getting on social media via messages or in email of older woodworkers who just started. So I've gotten messages from people in their 60s, 70s, and even upper 80s that just started woodworking and found a new passion. I get several of these messages a week, and that is amazing. So why do you think they decided to start woodworking later in life? A lot of people start because they don't want to just sit around and feel like they're not useful, like they don't have a purpose, they don't have a meaning. Woodworking gives you that purpose and that meaning. It gives you a reason to be. It doesn't matter if you're trying to start woodworking to start making a little extra income, or if you just want to give your projects away as gifts, donate them to charity, whatever you want to do with it, it gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning. You don't want to just sit around and do nothing all day. Not only that, is when you start making things and building things with your hands, you're excited to get out of bed. You're excited to get out there and start building stuff. So woodworking is not a task that you dread. It's not something that you don't want to do every day. It's not like you have to get up and go to work. It's not like that. It's something you look forward to. You're wanting to get out there and build something. You have a purpose. You know that you want to get out there and finish making that table for your granddaughter, or you want to get out there and finish building this decorative wall piece for your son. You want to be in the shop. It gives you a strong sense of purpose and meaning to be able to get out there and build things for family and friends, to be able to get out there and make your own money on the side, whether you're drawing retirement or you're still working. It gives you something to do other than just sit around all day. And let's be honest, some of us just like getting out there and having the excuse of woodworking so we can own more tools, right? I mean, we all like those tools. So a lot of people don't actually get into woodworking just to sell things and to make profit. A lot of people enjoy woodworking as a hobby. It's something you can do and to pass the time. You can build things and you can give those items away, or you can even sell them and give the money to charity if you're not in it for the money. There's tons of reason people woodwork. Some is for profit, and then some is just because they enjoy building things and giving back. If you've never seen the channel Make Something, I'll drop a link in the description below. He featured his grandfather, who was 96 years old 2 years ago in 2018, who was still woodworking. Absolutely amazing. He started woodworking when he retired, and he's been woodworking now for over 30 years. As of 2018, in the last 5 years previous to that, he had made over 11,000 small wood crosses, and he doesn't sell his woodworking, he gives them away. That's fantastic. 11,000 crosses. He says he makes about 50 a week. You need to go watch that video after this one. I'll link it in the description below. I mean, we've all heard stories of, or we've known someone who retired and then within a few months or even a couple of years, they pass away. Why do you think that is? Obviously, some of it is health related, but I believe that a lot of it is because we stop. When we retire, we feel like, okay, my working life is over. I don't have to do anything anymore, and they just sit. And well, what happens, I think, I'm not a medical expert, what I think happens is they sit down and one day turns into two turns into four turns into 10, a year, 2 years, where they just sit around and they don't have purpose anymore. A lot of people start getting depressed, and they don't really understand that because they've stopped moving and going and doing things, they lose their sense of purpose. So a quick story, my grandpa was 96 years old when he passed away, one of the best men I've ever known. That man never stopped. Up until about 6 months before he passed away, he was in great health, for a 96-year-old man. But he was always on the go. From the time his feet hit the floor in the morning till he went to bed at night, he had something going all the time. I mean, this man got a speeding ticket in his 80s. I mean, he was always going. So having a purpose and having a drive, I believe, leads to, with blessings from God, that will lead to a healthier, longer life. You just have to have purpose. In this day and age, we have so much that's after our attention, right? You've got smartphones that have games on them, social media apps that can take away hours of your day just sitting and scrolling, sitting and playing that game. There's tons of media options, whether that be streaming media or even regular TV nowadays. You can just sit for hours and watch the same show over and over and over in different episodes. That's such a huge time waste that most people get sucked into. Woodworking, however, you're building things with your hands. It starts building up your self-confidence as you start getting better and better, because if you do something over and over and over, you're going to get better at it. That's a fact. Building with your hands and woodworking is more than just moving and doing something. It starts, you start problem solving as you go along, which helps keep your mind sharp as you age. It keeps you physically active. It keeps you mentally active and challenged, because woodworking is a challenge. A lot of times when you start building your skills and you start wanting to learn new things, it takes time to learn that stuff. It keeps practice on that hand-eye coordination. And you're using all of your senses in woodworking: sight, touch, smell, the whole everything, all of them. Maybe not taste. I don't think you taste the wood. But most importantly, woodworking builds self-confidence and a sense of worth and a sense of purpose. Because now, if you've been sitting around or if you're retired and don't know what to do, and you start actually building things for family, friends, profit, doesn't matter what your purpose on the build is. If you're building those things, it gives you a reason to get out of that bed in the morning. It gives you a reason to go. You know that you want to get out there and build these things because you like the process of building. I enjoy the process of building and looking back and seeing that project's complete. Getting into making the same thing over and over is not my style. I don't really enjoy after I've made several of the items, but a lot of people do. A lot of people love the fact that they can replicate, within reason, items over and over. They really love it. You do you. That's what's so amazing about woodworking. You do you, because you belong here, okay? And that's what I wanted to share with you about the most important thing about woodworking is woodworking community. 99.9% of the woodworkers that you're going to meet are going to be absolutely supportive and helpful and want to see you succeed. So we put together a Facebook community. I'll put a link right here. You can go check us out. We're about 3,000 members and growing right now here in April of 2021. We're growing very fast there. We keep that community very positive. Anytime negativity comes in there, we get them out of there, because that's not what we want. We want an all-inclusive community of woodworkers who are there to help, inspire, and help us and give advice when you need it, because we all need advice. We all need help. And most importantly, we all want to feel like we belong somewhere. It doesn't matter if you're 20. It doesn't matter if you're 13. It doesn't matter if you're 93. Everybody wants to belong somewhere, and you belong with us at the 731 Woodworking community, because we love the community we're building. The woodworking community is a very positive atmosphere so that you can share your work, you can get advice if you need it, and you can build relationships, build friendships. That's what the woodworking community is about, and that's why we love it so much, is because I've made such amazing friends in the woodworking community that I would have never made outside of that. You build relationships with people that you would never normally meet in everyday life, and you share a like mind. You're like-minded people. You have a common goal or a common interest among each other, and it's just such a wonderful place to be. And I'm telling you, that's one of the main things that I love about woodworking. I love building things. I love creating new things. And it gives me a sense of purpose also, but also just sharing your work, looking at other people's work, and being able to interact as a community is more than you could ever imagine. You don't think we all have the same fears, being too old to start something, not qualified enough to start something, not smart enough, not good enough, not tall enough, not short enough. Whatever the excuse is, they're all lies. They're just lies. You're lying to yourself. I lie to myself all the time. Why should you listen to a young whippersnapper such as myself? I'm almost 44 years old. I'm not 60. I'm not 70. We all have the same fear. We all have the same fear of we're too old to start something. I was 40 years old when I started this YouTube channel. I felt like I was too old to start. There was a lot of younger people making YouTube videos. Go watch some of those very early videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. I didn't want to be on camera, my face. I barely talked. I was very monotone. Several of those first videos We're very boring, if we're all being honest, because I didn't know how to talk to the camera, how to relate. It's a learning process. You have to learn. Just like in woodworking, you're not too old to start. You're telling yourself that so you don't want it, so you don't get out there and do it. 40 is not old. The closer I get to the old people, the more I realize I am old people. I'm old people to my wife's 7th grader. So just be okay with your age. You can't change it. It's going to get older. You need to be doing something. Don't just sit around, do nothing. Get out there, make that sawdust, make something happen, have a purpose, be driven. That's the goal. We're not guaranteed our next breath, but you got to have a reason. If woodworking is your reason, or it gives you purpose, or it gives you a sense of self-worth, get out there and make that sawdust. It's worth it. I'm not an expert at anything other than being me. I'm pretty good at being me. You're pretty good at being you. Just do you. And everything else will work out. You were created unique to be you. You're not created to be me. I'm not created to be you. We're created to be ourselves, and that's what our purpose is. Your purpose is to be you. My purpose is to be me. And let's get out there and make some sawdust. As my shirt says, fearless. 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit of God does not make us timid, for it gives us power, love, and self-discipline. You have not been given a spirit of timidness or fearfulness. Get out there and make some sawdust. I believe in you, and don't forget you belong with us. If you like this video, click that box right there. It's going to take you to the next set of videos. Clicking that box is the best way you can support this channel, but I also don't want you to forget about the Make Something video I'll put in the link in the description below about the 96-year-old woodworker. I think you'll enjoy that one.